everyone, it's Heidi here. Today I'm going to do a video for you on the Mini Monsters Cricut cartridge. It's part of my Cricut cartridge review series. I haven't done any Cricut cartridge review series over the summer. I kind of took a break for the summertime, but now I'm back with more reviews of more cartridges for the fall time. And the first one is going to be the Mini Monsters for the fall, and that's perfect because Halloween is right around the corner. So, Mini Monsters. This cartridge is wonderful. I love this cartridge. It's got the cutest little monster critters you ever want to see. It's just perfect for card making, scrapbook page. It's great for any like home decor projects you might want to do to kind of jazz it up for the holiday, for the Halloween holiday. So this cartridge, I would highly recommend this cartridge. It's wonderful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with talking about the different function buttons that you have on this cartridge. I'm going to use this little monster with the 3 little eyeballs, this cute little monster here, to kind of go over the different layers that you have for your monsters. The monsters in this book are not scary or creepy monsters. They're perfect for little kids or just fun little happy light cards and light scrapbook pages. There's nothing, really ghoulish about them. They're just really actually very cute. Like here's a little ghost and little skeleton guy, pumpkin, little bat guy. They're just really super cute. There's a little frog and a cat and a crow. One thing I do like about this cartridge, which is a nice feature that ProvoCraft did for Mini Monsters, was to put 1, 2, 3 little treat bags, 3-dimensional treat bags that you can assemble using this cartridge. So I love it when they add 3-dimensional cuts to the cartridge. So we're going to start off right here on page 38 with this little, in the book he's pink, but I cut him in green, little 3-eyed monster. So here he is, the little 3-eyed monster. I cut him in using a dark, like green cardstock for the base, which would be this cut right here, the base. Then for layer 1, I used more of a sagey green patterned paper, which layered right on top of the base. Then for layer 2, it's the white of his little eyes, which are right here. And then layer 2 shift, which would be this cut, are the 3 little black parts of the eye and the black mouth. So the little black parts of the eye and the black mouth. So that covers the base shape, layer 1, and layer 2 with the shift. Layer 1 does not have the shift available. So for layer 1, it's only the main key, no shift. Then layer 2, you do have the shift. I also used for this little 3-eyed monster the base shadow. So that would be this function button right here. Right there, the base shadow. And I cut that in kind of a beige, a tan or a beige. You can kind of see it. So there's our little monster. Next I'm going to talk to you about the card function button. Here's my card. This is a wonderful, I love the card function on this cartridge because the cards are shape cards. They're not your typical rectangular square. They're actually the shape. So for example, this card is this shape. The card I cut is the cauldron, the witch's cauldron. And that you would find on page 67. Here it is right here. And then here's the card. So what I did was I cut my card in black, and then I cut my layer. I cut the card at 4 inches in black. Then I cut the layer for the inside, which would be layer 1, and the bubbling stew or brew right here. And I kept it at 4 inches. You don't have to change the size. So these layers cut at 4 inches fit perfectly onto the card cut at 4 inches. So I've got this gray piece of the cauldron, and then this green that I glittered with stickles, green the brew. the witch's brew right there, and that layered right on. I also did add a phrase for the inside of the card as a sentiment, but I'll get to the phrase in a minute. So the other thing I did was to kind of make it a little more interesting was I added a broom to the front of the card. And the broom you'll find on page 66. And I cut that, I want to say at 3 inches. So I cut the broom at 3 inches and then all the layers at 3 inches. I also used for this broom, I used my Peachy Keen Laffy Taffy face assortment, which I love this face assortment. It's the cutest thing, and it reminded me of the little face on the TV show Bewitched in the opening credits. That's why I used it. It really reminded me of that face on the cartoon of Bewitched at the beginning of the show. So here it is, Laffy Taffy face assortment. Super cute, super versatile. And that's it. That's the card. Okay, so that's the card function. And the next function is the phrase function. The phrase function. And I cut the phrase jack-o'-lantern. And that you can find on page 61. Jack-o'-lantern right here. And I'll be honest with you, the phrase function on this cartridge at first is a little bit tricky. I wasn't quite sure. I cut the base of the phrase, like the main phrase shape, in orange. Then I cut the phrase shift in this lime green, and then when I layered it down there, it didn't look quite right. So I cut this part again, the phrase shift, a second time in yellow, like a golden yellow, and then once I layered it in there, I knew that that's the way it was supposed to look. So I would suggest you cut the phrase shift twice and then layer the different pieces in. It just made it look so much more, it gave it more personality and more dimension with the 2 colors plus the background color. And then what I did was I took some stickles and I stickled in just the golden yellow color. The layering wasn't difficult, it was just the trying to figure out which colors to use and where and coordinating them. That was the tricky part at first, but then after doing it, it was pretty quick and easy to get it together. So this is the phrase, and the phrase is jack-o'-lantern, and there's a lot of really cool phrases. There's bewitched, danger, witch's brew, happy haunting. There's lots of really cute phrases in here. Trick or treat. So yeah, that definitely is an asset to this cartridge, is the function of the phrase button. Wonderful. Now I didn't cut a phrase shadow. The next function key is the phrase shadow. I didn't cut one for this, but basically what that would be, it would be a solid cut that would go right behind your phrase, and it would kind of give it a little bit more dimension. And then the last function button is the base shadow, which I did use on my little 3-eyed monster. So that was that tan piece that went under here. So I just wanted to give you a little look of some of the cards that I've been cutting using Mini Monsters. And this one is the little pumpkin guy, and I stamped Happy Halloween. And for the pumpkin guy's face, I used my Peachy Keen Make a Monster face assortment, and also there's Peachy Keen Monster Mash face assortment. So both of these stamp sets are wonderful and coordinate perfectly with the Mini Monsters cartridge. And they come in a large variety of sizes, so you can cut pretty much, you know, a wide range of sizes of monsters for your projects and your cards and your scrapbook pages. So Mini Monsters, Peachy Keen Stamps Make a Monster and Peachy Keen Stamps Monster Mash. Wonderful companion to the Mini Monsters cartridge. I used my Peachy Keen stamps for this card, and I actually welded these 3 little characters together and then cut them out and layered them. And I used my Peachy Keen stamps for this little card with this little monster, this little two-horned boo monster. So there are my cards, and I hope this video was helpful to anyone who might be considering that they want to go out and buy Mini Monsters. It's a great little cartridge, perfect for the Halloween holiday season, and really easy to cut and assemble pieces. So thanks so much for stopping by and watching my video. I hope it was helpful to you. Stop by again. Thanks so much. Bye.